Hey guys, it's Mickey, and I thought I would do another rambling video while I insert an activity in here. That is my loud family, that you'll probably hear in the background a few times, because it's Saturday, which means everyone is home. It is that time of the month for me, so I am probably going to be lacking in energy and just a little bit salty towards the world today, but what can you expect when my literal womb is tearing itself apart? Today I am going to be painting a panda. She says, completely undecided. My cousin has an unhealthy obsession with pandas at the moment, so I'm going to be using acrylic paint. I'm going to talk as if I know what I'm doing. I'm not an art person, like I do it as a hobby and nothing else. Like I don't study it, I'm not a connoisseur, I do it like once every 3 months because I like doing it. It's not, please, if you're an art person, don't hate me, I'm just doing it for fun. But I'm going to be using acrylic paint and everything is instantly falling apart. I actually didn't paint this, my friend Timna in South Africa did, and I love it so much. I'm just going to put it down there before it literally destroys what little happiness I have going on for me at the moment right now. So I've just remembered that the first thing I need to do is actually put gesso on here, and what a fun thing that is, because that's going to have to dry. What a fun video this is going to be. Oh, you might also hear my computer rambling in the background because I needed it so I could use my ring light. I'm using a ring light, look. I'm so professional, love that for me. But yes, unlike the last video, this is completely unplanned. So I had a list of topics to talk about in the last video, which I decided that I was gonna forget to do. So now, I am just absolutely winging this. So come what may. Come what may. Let's start with a very exciting topic that everyone loves talking about, the weather. If you live in the United Kingdom, you will probably know that every day since the beginning of May has been a rainy day. I am not a hater of rain. Rain is cool. Rain is great. Rain for 4 weeks is not. We had some really nice days in April. We were like, ah yes, the signs of spring, the signs of summer, the signs of boosted serotonin are coming. We are so excited. Then May arrived and said, nope, only dampness. And so we've had a lot of dark days that drag on with cold, wet weather. We had like 2 thunderstorms here where I live. Very small ones, quite pathetic actually. So that didn't even make up for like, because usually around this time of year we get storms, but last year we had some really cool ones, we had some really good storms. And this year it was like 2 claps of thunder and 1 little woo of lightning, and then that's it. So that did not make up weather for what you've been doing to us. I mean, June is literally like, after next week is June. I don't know how that happened. Time is moving so fast. So hopefully after then we will get some lovely, lovely sun and I can stop complaining about the rain. What an exciting topic to start it off. Everyone's having such a good time. I am, by the way, when I get to the exciting stuff, just gonna like do a little painting montage. So like don't worry, it's not just gonna be like me talking while slowly, painfully painting a picture. So I did take a mini filming break so that I could get this absolute pitiful outline of a panda. I'm not a painter. I never said I was a painter, okay? I'm doing my best. My cousin is 9, by the way, and she's very judgmental, so I am just a little afraid of the wrath of the uncensored child who knows no boundaries. Also, now I can't remember what patterns pandas have, so this is going super well.
I'm trying to think of what I was like obsessed with as a kid. Probably Star Wars and Pirates. That was like, and cheetahs. I really liked cheetahs. I've always been obsessed with seals. I really liked wolves. Those are kind of my go-to animals, was like cheetahs and pigs. That's it. I was obsessed with pigs. We even got one for a bit. I had to go double check what a panda's pattern looked like, and I realised I've already failed so much. Anyway, yeah, so me as a child. I'm starting to wonder if I was a pick-me child, because I was one of those girls who was like, ew, pink, princesses, ugh, unicorns, blah. And like, I hated girly things. I hated being a girl. Like, I went through a little gender crisis at the age of 7 where like I only wore my brother's clothes right down to the underwear and started calling myself Liam. I was like, you gotta call me Liam, I'm a boy now. And that lasted a few months. But then I was like, actually being a girl's pretty sick. I'm like, my pronouns are she, her. I'm happy being a cis woman. But I just didn't like being a girly girl growing up, you know. I've adjusted this camera about 4 times because it looks slanted there, but the video looks fine. So I don't know what to do about that. Anyway, yeah, I was very much obsessed with Star Wars and pirates, but also Star Wars. I'd run around the playground in my little Jedi cloak that I definitely don't still have now. And yeah, I had a Star Wars party for my 7th birthday. I had a pirate party for my 9th. I had some pretty sick parties growing up. I've always enjoyed my birthday, not because it's like my day, but because it's a day where I get to organize a themed event. And themed events are the best. Get that satisfying goop. Can't see it at all. Oh well. I think I might mix some colours later, so you'll get some nice satisfying footage of that. I painted like these little paw thingies for old Panda boy, but now they're gonna be obsolete because pandas have black paws. Forget zodiac signs. Which Moshi Monsters monster did you use most? Use most? I don't know. What Moshi Monster did you have? I had all of them at some point. I would make like 1 million accounts, but my first one I made, oh my gosh, if you don't know what Moshi Monsters is, it was an online little virtual world where you'd have a monster. Google it. Go in for a treat. If you don't know what Moshi Monsters is, you're too young. Or, you know, you just had a life when you were a kid. You didn't need to be in front of a computer talking to an animated zombie boy for validation. But my first one was a puppet. My first monster was a puppet, and my last monster was a furry, I think they're called. Oh no, wait. Oh no, not like that. I think it was called a furry. They were like the Yeti boys. I really liked them. That was my last one I had, but I did have like all of them. I think I even had a zombie at one point, even though my mom was like, you're not allowed to have the zombie, even though I had a Diablo. So that would have made more sense to like, possibly I wasn't allowed to play him, but I still did. Just growing up in a Christian household things. Anyway, yeah, Moshi Monsters was great, but like everyone had like a Kitsume, which were like, I might have to put pictures of this up because I don't know if anyone's gonna know. That looks so slanted. But I'm gonna trust that that's correct. Everyone had a Kitsume when I was growing up, and so that was like for me the basic, you know, kind of moshi, and I wasn't like other kids. I had a furry. Felt like nobody had a furry. Oh my gosh, I can't remember. I don't even know if that's the right name. I might be completely wrong, and I might have to edit all of this to correct myself. But I had a furby for a while. Furry. Oh my gosh, because no one else really had them, and I was quirky. So, and then they made everything like for members. Like I don't know if you were in the like virtual online like takeover era where they had like Pop Tropica, Club Penguin, Animal Jam, countless others. Whenever they introduced membership, it would just go downhill because you had to pay for that. And like with Moshi Monsters, if you were essentially not a member, you couldn't do anything at one point. It all just became this big marketable thing where it just wasn't fun anymore because I didn't have the money. I played for a Club Penguin membership because that one is worth it. Club Penguin ended up trumping all of these virtual online worlds. I played it until it shut down. As a teenager, I continue to enjoy Club Penguin. And I will cry every time I think about how it's not a thing anymore. I'm pretty sure the ears are black. If not, they're gonna be black now. And I swear the top of their head is black. Let us now. Anyways, yeah, it was just like, I mean, if you could pay for a membership for one of these virtual online worlds, you were king of the playground. I'm telling you, like, ugh. People would be like, can I play on your, membership account? And they'd be like, for a price, I don't know. Let's just paint the background. I'm making the tail black, even if their tails aren't black, it looks better. This is the panda now. This is what pandas look like now, and that's just that. It's a good thing I'm on a performing arts course and not an art course. But yeah, it just feels very weird. I'm like stuck somewhere where something's good, but also kind of bad, and I haven't quite left. It's like a weird limbo because I haven't officially left college yet, but I basically have finished it. So I'm just in this really weird limbo of like moving into a new chapter, but also being like right at the end of one or at the end of a book. It's a whole new book, let alone a different chapter. I'm starting a different book, and this is like the weird, the summer between this now is going to be the weird filler episode that no one cares about in between. I'm going to make the background light green and then put some bamboo shoots and leaves. There you go, so you can see that beauty, that absolute satisfyingness. I think what I'll do is I'll just do like a last talking topic, and then just montage the rest of it, because this is going to take a while to dry, and then I've got to draw bamboo shoots, and I think by then I'll probably be out of the filming mood. This shirt, like this jumper, was probably an awful idea because it's like a very light, pretty color, and I'm just using black and green and all this loveliness and just endangering the quality of it. I like to live on the edge, what can I say? More poopies. Yay. Oh my gosh, I'm 19. Oh, how rude of me. I almost denied you of the pleasure of seeing me mix these paints, which is probably the most entertaining part of this entire video. Oh, it's a different green. It's an ever so slightly different green. Oh, it's a different green. Oh no. I'm gonna use the big boy. Ah, too much big boy. These are like not meant to be chaotic, right? These rambling videos aren't meant to be chaotic. That's for my vlogs. That is for my vlogs. But no, everywhere I go, I bring absolute chaos and destruction with me. Speaking of overusing the word chaos, I'm probably gonna rename my vlogs now to Chaotic Adventures rather than Quarantine, because the name Quarantine never really made sense in the first place. I called it Quarantine Adventures because I didn't like lockdown adventures, I didn't like COVID adventures, that sounds stupid, and quarantine adventures had like a ring to it, and it kind of just happened and it kind of just stuck. And so I've been using it with all my vlogs because we've been in the pandemic for a while. Wow, big news, Michaela. Who knew? Who knew there was a plague going on? But now, as the UK anyway is slowly moving out, I mean, we've got the vaccine now, hopefully I'll be able to get it soon, but you know, I'm like young, so I'm not very high up on the list. Like, it's just getting less and less quarantine-y, you know? I mean, and even when I was in the middle of quarantine, I never vlogged. There were no adventures besides like the me and Lachlan one that were actually very heavy, like COVID restricted. So like I vlogged when the COVID rules were at their loosest. So it didn't really make sense anyway. And because the word chaos has just absolutely been every like third or fourth word that comes out of my mouth, I think I'm gonna rename them to chaotic adventures. So I'm probably gonna need a new little theme. There's no point. It's not really quarantine anymore. It's getting loose. Life is going back to normal, which feels really weird. It doesn't feel normal. Like nothing feels, I don't know, like we're going back into normal and it doesn't feel normal anymore, which is kind of like depressing. It feels very weird, and I've suddenly got like, I mean, since the 17th of May, we've had loads of restricted. You're allowed people inside now, like the house in groups of 6. You're allowed up to 30 people outside. You can go into restaurants now. Like the ice rink is like the only place I ever went outside my house. So like that's open again, yay. But it's just really weird now. It's like I have a social life and now I don't have excuses to not do things with people anymore. I thought I was extroverted, and I very quickly found out from the pandemic, no, I am introverted. I just also crave affection. So my social bar is not very strong anymore. It used to be before the pandemic. I was an introvert, but I was like a very strong introvert. Like I could go for a while without needing to recharge and recuperate. But I definitely recharged on my own and needed that time on my own. And it usually just was like one day, and then I could go back to socializing for like another 2. But now it's like, because of the pandemic and I'm so used to being on my own, it's definitely weakened. And now I'm like, oh gosh, I can feel the moment when the bar gets too full and I need to evacuate myself from the premises.